13 on your sidelines. Your team, your turf. Witness high school football. The games, the grit, the glory. Jacob Seuss. 13 on your sidelines. Sponsored by Rant Insurance.
We challenged them before the start here. That was the loudest so far. But you can only get louder as the show goes on. Welcome into 13 on your sidelines. I'm Jacob Seuss. Somehow it's week 5 already. The regular season more than halfway over. We have a lot of good stuff to get to, but first we have some guests to introduce. Please welcome the cheerleaders from Muskegon High School. And once again, we have 2 teams with us tonight. Let's see if you could top that. Cedar Springs, what do you got? All right, now time to get to some of the action. It's been a great start to the season for Zeeland West and Unity Christian. Both of them have taken down a defending state champ already this year, and they're both 4-0 coming into this week and tied for first place in the OK Gold with South Christian, who we'll get to in just a little bit. This high-state game between the Ducks and the Crusaders, our 13 on your sidelines game of the week, and it was a packed night out at Hudsonville Middle School. Opening drive, 4th down, mix-up in the Ducks' backfield. Max Van Covering torpedoes the play, and on the next play, Van Covering takes a swing pass around before being taken down about a 16-yard gain. The Crusaders were on the move. That drive would end. Isaac Seenstra barrels into the end zone for a 6-0 Crusader lead. Next Unity possession, Seenstra breaks it up the gut into the Ducks secondary, 74-yard run. That man can fly. He would eventually be brought down, but his team was right back in the red zone, and Seenstra would once again end the drive with his second score of the night, just like that. Unity Christian 14, Zeeland West nothing. It would stay that way until late in the second when Zeeland West Trey Sluthick, he would roll right and find Isaac Vanderswag down the left sideline. That would cut the lead to 8 headed into the break, but too much Zeenstra tonight for the Ducks as he breaks tackles for a long run before he's going to get away with his 3rd touchdown of the night. Unity Christian, they take this one 20-8.
We got a couple to bust. They played us just about as tough as we played them, and so everything was tough. We had to work for everything, but offensively, you know, the kids did what they needed to. We had some good things coming into it, and they stuck to it.
So the Crusaders looking good, sitting at 5-0. The other game with implications on the OK Gold title, that puts South Christian up against Forest Hill Central. And our Maddie Monroe was there. She joins us now with all the highlights.
Jacob, these schools are only 20 minutes apart, but tonight was their first time meeting since 1979. The Sailors came into this one looking to defeat their undefeated record. But the Rangers are ready to break their streak. They lead the game at the end of the first half, 26-6. But the Sailors are looking for a comeback. Carson Weiss with the drive, weaving his way through the defense for a huge up. Next drive, the Sailors barrel their way through the line into the end zone, and FHC can't manage to stop them. But the Rangers are still in the lead, 26-13. The ball now back in the Rangers' hands, a long throw from Nick Williams to Max Hostler, and he takes it and flies towards the end zone for another Rangers touchdown. FHC takes the win at home, breaking South Christian's undefeated streak. Final score, 34-13.
That was a crazy one. Not sure I saw that one coming. Hudsonville, they're coming off a historic win over Rockford, handing the Rams their first regular season loss since, get this, 2019. East Kentwood also off to an impressive 3-1 start in their first season under head coach Tyrone Spencer. Take a look now at the OK Red standings. These 2 teams came into tonight tied for first place in an always competitive conference. And after tonight's game between the Eagles and Falcons, there would only be one leader. We're going to start this one in the second half. Hudsonville leads 21-6. The Falcons cough up the rock. Lots of trouble picking it up, but Owen Harsma would finally get on it, and the Eagles take over after the turnover. Hudsonville right in the red zone after that handoff to Bryce Fox, who takes the East Kentwood defense for a ride all the way down to the 1-yard line. And on the next play, you have to reward him, gets the ball right back, and Fox's touchdown puts the Eagles up by 3 scores. Falcons go 3 and out on their next possession, and they would have to give the ball back to Hudsonville. The punt, though, blocked by Trenton Neighbor, picked up by Johnny Karsten. He's in for the special team score. Anytime we can show love to the special teams, we got to do it. What a night for Hudsonville, who goes on the road and cruises to victory 35-6. Staying in the OK Red, Rockford hosted Jenison tonight at Carson Munger Stadium, and the Rams would jump on top as Isaac Poot here. He's in the right place, right time to pick off the Jenison pass. He was going to take that 66 yards the other way for a 7-0 lead. That's our MVP from last week. Midway through the first, same score. Early in the second, Jenison would respond. Brody Stickema takes the handoff around the left end, outraces the defense, 87-yard score. Just like that, we were tied at 7. So we're going to jump to the last seconds of the game. Rockford up by 7. The Wildcats would go off the left tackle and into the end zone. They make it a 1-point game. Jenison goes for 2. Parker Belgner finds Shootman in the flat for the score. Jenison, they stun the Rams tonight, 15-14. Talk about major upsets 2 weeks in a row. Our next game needs no introduction. Our guests from Muskegon looking forward to their game against Mona Shores every year, and you know we do too. All 3 Muskegon County teams in the OK Green came into tonight on top of the conference standings, so it's time to see if the Big Reds or Sailors would stay there. Muskegon came into this one with 4 straight victories over Mona Shores. The Sailors, they would waste no time getting on the board in this one. First play from scrimmage, Micah Carfell takes the pitch, lets it fly. That's a 48-yard touchdown to George Duggins. We're going to fast forward now to the start of the second quarter. The score is the same. Senior quarterback Jonathan Pittman puts it up for who's that? Micah Carfell on his head top. That's a passing touchdown and a receiving touchdown in 2 quarters. He may or may not come up again. 14-0. Big Reds turn on the ensuing drive. James Young rolls right, hits Darkio Speech to put them on the board in a much-needed response. So watch this play. 3.5 left in the second. Pittman rips it down the field. Carfell with the extension. If you're counting at home, that's 3 scores in the first half. He's been involved. 1 passing, 2 on the receiving end, and a pretty good celebration to go along with it. 21-7, 60 seconds to go in the half. Muskegon gets themselves within a score. James Young hits junior Demetrius Rainey Brown. That would give Big Red fans some hope in this one, but it would all be to no avail. The Sailors take care of Muskegon tonight, 42-7. Sorry about that, Muskegon cheerleaders. That's okay. You guys were great. After a few sluggish seasons, Cedar Springs has a new conference and new life. Coming up after the break, could the Redhawks stay undefeated as they would head-to-head with Lowell in River City Alliance action? Plus, Kent City and Tri-County faced off in a CSAA crossover game. Stick with us.